I went through chapter 5,
Yeah,
like
I finished
after
with
we
chapter
finished.
2 and then chapter 5.
Okay.
Chapter
Uh,
2 was the nomenclature.
so nomenclature we'll not discuss. That's not very difficult.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll discuss 5 and 6. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So 1 second. So chapter 5, problem number 1. The first question says each of these molecules is electrophilic. So problem 1, each of these molecules is electrophilic and the structures are given. Identify the electrophilic atom and draw a mechanism for a reaction with a generalized nucleophile Nu minus, uh, giving the structure of the product in each case. So the molecules are like this. First molecule is this. So let's think of this molecule, right? The
Yeah.
Here what you have to do is identify the electrophilic atom.
Electro. Yeah.
Electrophilic atom in this case will be which one? Think about it. Electrophilic atom will be basically electron
Yeah,
deficient.
electron
Yeah, yeah,
deficient. That will.
So it will be the carbonyl carbon here, right?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
If you think about the carbon here has a double bond with oxygen
Hmm.
Yeah,
and
and it's
oxygen is
oxygen's taking
electronegative.
more of the electrons.
Yeah. So oxygen is slightly electronegative. It is taking more of the charge density here.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that will be the electrophilic carbon, electrophilic. And in case there is a nucleophile that attacks Nu minus, so that nucleophile will form a bond with that carbon.
Hmm. Yeah,
That nucleophile will form a bond with the
bond with
carbon.
the carbon.
It will share the two electrons like this, and this this pi bond has to break with the oxygen,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
right? So this is what should happen after nucleophilic addition. This
Yeah.
reaction is called a nucleophilic addition, and the electrophilic carbon is basically the carbon with the double bond to the oxygen, right?
Yeah.
Then we have, correct. So this is correct. After that, you can hydrate it and it will become OH, right? If
Hmm.
you
Yeah,
supply
you get
water,
protonation. Yeah.
protonation, it will become Nu, and this will become OH because this O minus will attract an H plus from here, right? So
Yeah.
this is the first molecule. Let's look at the other molecules also. Uh, the second molecule is a carbocation, not a carbocation, it's a cation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically the molecule looks like this, and there is an O and there is an H and there is a positive charge and there is carbon chain, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what will happen in this case? So nucleophile should automatically come to the oxygen, right?
Oxygen. Yeah.
But
Hmm.
wait, why will it come
Wait,
to the
it's
oxygen?
positive.
Let's think. Uh, so it is positively charged. So
Hmm.
1 second. Uh, there is
Could
a
it be
pause
the two carbon atoms, like
next to it.
beside?
Next
Yeah,
to
next to
the
it.
oxygen.
Uh, Carbon atoms next to it. Why will it attach from the carbon atoms? Because the carbon atom is carbon oxygen, there is a single bond, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Carbon atom, there is a single bond. That bond will be polarized, but oxygen is positive. Like there's a positive charge here. That means it should attract electrons. Why
Hmm.
not hit the oxygen directly? Okay. Instead of hitting the oxygen directly, you could also go to uh, see, if you think about it, right now, what is the hybridization of this? Uh, this is positively charged. Right now, oxygen here has sp2 hybridization.
sp2, yeah.
sp2 hybridization, but is there a lone pair of electrons that we are not seeing? Like normally oxygen is supposed to have two lone pairs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Two lone pairs, and one of the lone pairs could have been lost, because of which there is a positive charge,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No, but that happens in oxygen compounds where there are two bonds. Here there are three bonds, right?
Yeah.
There are three
It
bonds.
could be the hydrogen.
It could be the hydrogen basically.
Yeah.
The idea is
because-
that if there is a positive charge, it will more likely taking away positive charge is distributed on this,
Yeah.
and this is taking away a little more of that electron density here, right? See,
Yeah.
hydrogen electronegativity is 2.1, I think, hydrogen, and carbon is more electronegative.
Yeah.
Carbon is more electronegative than hydrogen. So why am I saying it is the hydrogen? Because this is a carbon and this is a carbon, right? So
Yeah.
out of all the things, the least electronegative is the hydrogen. Out of all the atoms that are attached to the oxygen, right? The least electronegative is
least
hydrogen, right?
Yeah.
So that will have the least electron density. Least electron density, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like as compared to, see, basically plus charge cannot be on this oxygen, okay?
Oxygen.
So plus charge has to be distributed somewhere. So carbon, or hydrogen are the three choices, right? So oxygen will definitely not have the plus charge, and this plus charge will be towards the hydrogen, right? Because that is the least electron density there that can have, right? So when a nucleophile comes in, what could happen is H plus comes out, breaks this bond, right?
Yeah.
And H plus comes out, and this becomes like this, O, and the two electrons from this bond come on this, so this becomes a typical compound, right? Two electrons come, so this gets neutralized, right?
Right.
Basically now it has two electrons here. This bond has broken, and H plus comes out and becomes
so
NuH.
Yeah.
Correct.
Basically what has to happen is nucleophile has to attack. Nucleophile wants to form a bond. It has electron pair here, which can be shared with the hydrogen plus that will come out. And the hydrogen plus, when it comes out, it gives off its two electrons which are bonding, and it becomes a stable compound. So this compound, actually there is a hidden, I think, electron pair, because otherwise how will it happen, right? There's a hidden electron pair here,
Yeah.
right? Which is not participating in bonding. So that's why they're not showing it. Okay. So however, nucleophile will not attack the oxygen atom, because oxygen atom will pull away electron density from the single bonds. It will not stay plus on the oxygen.
Yeah.
So it is more likely that the plus is on the hydrogen, which is connected to it. And therefore hydrogen plus can come out and bond with the nucleophile.
Yeah.
And this becomes NuH, and this becomes this, this is called a ether. ROR is ether, I think. Yeah. So
Yes.
so this is the second one. Then let's look at the other molecules also. Other molecules are, one of them is, there is an oxygen, and there are two carbonyl compounds.
Could be either one.
This is ester, RCOOOR, something like that. So let's look at this molecule. So O double bond O, and then double bond O, something like this. And okay, I have made a fewer number of bonds than required. One second. It's a hexa, this chain like this. Okay, so fine. Here here you have, okay, so either one of the two
Yeah.
carbons, right?
Either one of the carbon.
So this carbon and this carbon, both of them are electrophilic,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Because they have this one will take tiny negative and this one will become tiny positive. This is tiny positive, tiny negative. So when a nucleophile comes, nucleophile can form a bond with this carbon or this carbon. Both cases, the product is the same because finally you get a bond like this. Let's say this one is untouched. And what happens is there's a nucleophile coming and attaching here, and this becomes O minus, right?
Yeah.
Because when a nucleophile comes and attaches here, this double bond has to break, and this
Right,
double
yeah.
bond, this becomes O minus. The two electrons from here go on to this. Electrons from the nucleophile have formed a bond, and then later there will be a H plus that will be added if there is a solution, and final product will become, after hydration, it will become this one, Nu and OH.
Yeah.
So this is the final product. So this was fairly straightforward because we have encountered these in chapter 6.
Yeah.
Now, in the case chlorine, right?
Yeah,
Identify the electrophilic atom.
Attack any of the chlorines.
Any of the chlorines, but why is that electrophilic is the question. Why is it electrophilic? So why do you think? So here, suppose Cl-Cl bond is there, right?
Yeah.
And a nucleophile comes. Nucleophile has electron density, right?
Yeah.
Now we have learned in the previous chapters, chapter 4 or something, that nucleophiles sometimes could even attack these non-polar molecules, right? Sometimes they can attack non-polar molecules also. It depends on what bond is being broken. So this is right now this is a sigma bond, right?
Yeah.
So the unoccupied orbital is the sigma star molecular orbital, that is unoccupied, right? So that is the lowest unoccupied molecular orbital. So LUMO, right? Sigma star bond here, and here the highest occupied molecular orbital will be a lone pair, right? Lone pair is there.
Yeah.
Lone pair will have the highest HOMO, occupied molecular orbital. So what happens here is, the reason this can behave as a electrophile is that when the nucleophile comes in and forms a bond with a chlorine, the Cl minus can break away easily. Why? Because Cl minus is stable, right? Cl minus is an anion with a full octet, right? You can form NuCl plus Cl minus, right?
Yeah.
If this forms a bond, then this bond has to break, and this will come out with Cl minus, and Cl minus is fairly stable.
Yeah.
It can exist in solution on its own. So
yeah.
this is possible. Okay. So here any of the chlorines can be called electrophilic, right? Both the chlorines actually want a full octet, right?
Yeah. Full octet.
Here it is already satisfied. That is already satisfied. But the question now becomes the strength of this bond versus the strength of this bond, right? Right. The reason this reaction is happening is because this bond is stronger than this bond. You understand? This is also a sigma bond that has been formed, no?
Yeah.
There was already a sigma bond. So the only reason why this can happen is because this nucleophile desperately wants to share its electrons and form a bond. Okay. So that could be the reaction in this case. We have the other one is MESCl, right? Me basically stands for methyl group. MESCl stands for methyl group, and here again this is also straightforward. This is a single bond that will break, right? So there is no issue here. So sulfur should be the electrophilic site, right? Because if you have MESCl, Cl is electronegative, so tiny negative, tiny positive, and plus nucleophile negative will obviously form a bond here,
Hmm.
and this will become Me S nucleophile, and this
Cl
bond should break,
minus. Yeah.
plus Cl minus, right?
Yeah.
So okay, so that is fairly easy. The next one is
Sir,
uh,
why can't it be the methyl group? Because sulfur is
because
more electronegative than.
correct, but see, sulfur is more electronegative, but no, but chlorine is much more electronegative.
Okay, yeah, so
Chlorine is
yeah,
much more
comparative. Okay.
electronegative. So this SCl bond is itself polarized, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So the comparison is between sulfur and chlorine. So I would say chlorine is more electronegative and minus here and plus here, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It will
Got it.
not
Yeah.
be such a big plus because sulfur will also draw some of it here, but carbon is not so non-electronegative also. Like there is a CH3 group here. Carbon is not like hydrogen, right?
Yeah.
Carbon is 2.5, I think, something like that, electronegativity. So sulfur will be around slightly less than 3 because nitrogen is 3, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So carbon and sulfur, there is not a huge difference, no? See, nitrogen is, I think, 3 or something. Chlorine and all will be 3 and above, and
Yeah. Yeah.
fluorine is 4. Oxygen is 3.5. Chlorine is also around 3 to 3.5, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the biggest gap will be within this and this. So tiny plus here and tiny negative here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is what happens. Then we look at the molecule that is shown here, OMe. Then there's a carbon. This is a carbocation, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
At the junction, OMe, at the junction, there is a positive, right?
Yeah.
And there is a H, right? So this
Yeah.
is fairly straightforward
It'll
because
be the carbon. Yeah.
clear positive
It's
charge
an
on
empty
carbon.
orbital, right?
So there is an empty orbital there, and this one forms a bond directly, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this will
Yeah.
become OMe, COMe, nucleophile, and H.
Yeah.
And the charges get neutralized here, right?
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
electrons here come in and join and form a bond. So this is the product in this case. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is the first question. It was just about understanding which part of the molecule is nucleophilic and how to add an electrophilic and how to add a nucleophile to them.
Yeah.
Now, the second question is saying each of the molecules is nucleophilic, and identify the nucleophilic atom. Draw again generalized nucleophile is added to it, right? So each of these molecules is nucleophilic, and a generalized nucleophile E plus is reacting with it. Supposed to be electrophile. E plus is an electrophile. There's a printing mistake, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So okay, so first one is, let's look at these molecules. R, and there is a triple bond. Yeah.
R, C, and then a triple bond.
R, C, and then a triple bond. Yeah. The triple bond is starting here, right?
Yeah.
And then there is a positive here, right?
No, negative.
Negative. Okay.
Negative on the C.
Negative on the C. So this is like this: R, C,
right.
Triple bond C, and negative, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is the nucleophilic one he is asking, right?
Yeah.
So obviously this is the negative.
Carbon.
This negative carbon, right?
Yeah, nucleophile. Yeah.
Now this carbon doesn't have anything. It is completely full octet,
yeah,
right?
there's one bond needed.
But here there is a lone pair of electrons, no? Then only it is negative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is negative because there is a lone pair of electrons here, right?
Yeah.
Because normally, if you think of this carbon's share of the electrons, there are 3 from here, right?
Yeah.
2 here. So it is having 5 electrons instead of the regular 4.
Right. Yeah.
That's why there is a negative charge, right?
Yeah.
So now if you think of a E plus electrophile that is going to be added, right?
Yeah.
So E plus will obviously form a single bond.
Single bond with
E plus basically has a deficiency of electrons, right?
Yes,
And
yeah.
this lone pair is an excess of electrons. So it will attack here, and this lone pairs will actually come and form a bond. So the product should be R, C, triple bond, C, E,
E, yeah.
right?
Mm.
The plus and minus will cancel each other,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
right? So this is fairly straightforward. Then the next molecule is R, S. Okay, there's another negatively charged molecule, so that will also be
That will be
behaving
that,
in a
yeah.
similar way,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
There is another molecule which is R, and there is double bond S and one single bond, double bond S, and there's single
Single
bond
bond
S
S
minus.
That-
So plus E plus will be a straightforward. E plus will attack
yeah,
here,
bond to that. Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that should be the answer here. It is straightforward only. There's no issue here. So this becomes double bond S, R, S, E, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Right.
because
Yeah.
this is an extra lone pair, and this will form a bond with this
Yeah.
nucleophile.
Mm.
Hmm.
Dave, you are understanding, right?
Yes, sir.
You have read chapter 4 and chapter 5. I mean,
Yes,
the
sir.
previous
I saw
chapters.
the
Okay,
I saw the videos.
okay, fine then. Okay, then the next one is, let's see the next one. Third anion. Third anion is the AlHH, right?
Mm.
OMe, right?
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
So OMe, Al2 hydrogens are attached to it, and there is a negative, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Correct.
this one doesn't have a lone pair. If you think about it, be careful here. This aluminium, right?
Mm.
There is no lone pair. Okay. Why?
Yeah.
Think about it. There is a negative charge shown, but is there a lone pair? No,
No.
because actually 8 electrons are already over, no, for the aluminium.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right. Yeah.
8 electrons are already over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it cannot have 10 electrons. No, that doesn't seem right.
No. No.
Aluminium started with 3 electrons, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
It would have
Okay.
formed 3 bonds, right? But there is
Yeah,
an
yeah.
extra bond that
Extra
is there,
bond,
right?
Hmm.
So extra bond is basically adding its share of that. It will be 1 electron, right?
Yeah.
Extra
Yeah,
bond.
yeah.
Hmm.
So that's why it is negative, but there is no lone pair to attack directly. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
So if there is an E
correct.
plus, if there was a lone pair, I would have formed a single bond, right?
Yeah.
But if you do that here, aluminium will become pentavalent.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah,
a case
right.
in the book where he warns you that don't do that, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Section in the book where he tells you that that kind of thing will not happen. What will happen here is one bond has to break.
Break,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Thanks.
so hydrogen can come out with the bonding lone pairs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, electrons, yeah.
Right. With the electrons, it can come out. This is like a hydride ion is getting transferred, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that will form a bond with the H. This is an H minus technically that is coming out,
Yeah.
forming
yeah.
a bond with the E. So
E
it will
plus.
become He plus, and because 2 electrons are lost, Al will become stable, right? Al will
Yeah,
become
yeah.
without a
Neutral
Charge.
again.
charge. Without a charge, it will become OMe, and H, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So basically here the bond is breaking. Only then you can form the compound,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Then the next one is NH2, NH2. Okay, so these are non-charged ones now, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
So if there are non-charged ones, then basically electrophile can only wait, this one
But
was
there
the
are,
electrophile, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is electrophile. Electrophile can only attack lone pairs, right?
Lone pairs.
Mhm.
The
So-
both nitrogen.
So if you think about nitrogen, this is typical nitrogen. There will be one lone pair
Yeah.
on both of the nitrogen, because you remember NH3 structure, right? Nitrogen
Yeah.
has a lone pair and 3 bonds. So there are 3 bonds here and 1 lone pair, right?
Yeah.
So it can add on any lone pair it can form a bond with, right?
Yeah.
So it will become NH2 N E
E and then H2.
and H2. So basically, that's the electrophile just comes and forms a bond with the lone,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
There is
yeah.
nothing very weird here. The other case is the phosphorus one. Again, nitrogen and phosphorus are in the same group. Here also phosphorus has three
Mhm.
bonds. So there is a one lone pair there. Right?
Lone
Lone
pair,
pair, yeah.
So E will just come and attach to the phosphorus, right?
Yeah.
There is no
Yes,
issue
yeah.
here. But only thing is the end product will have a positive charge, right? Because that molecule is neutral. No? So this here also I should put a plus charge here, right? Here also I
Yeah,
should put a plus charge because neutral and plus should be a plus, right?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Charge has to be balanced, right? Okay, so this is about this one, question 2. Then let's look at the third one. Complete these mechanisms by drawing the structure of the product. So first one, problem 3, first one is there is an OH minus that is coming and attacking. Okay, there's an OH double bond, 2 bonds and Cl. Okay, OH minus plus OH HO, this C double 2 bonds and Cl, right? Something like this. So OH minus is apparently bonding with, according to the arrow given in the figure, right?
Yeah.
There is a lone pair on this O. This negative is apparently attacking the H, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it attracts the H, it will form a bond with the H, right? And it will break this bond, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right, because this sigma bond must break. H cannot form more than one bond, right?
yeah, yeah.
So
Right.
you will get H2O because of this and this bond will break and you will get an anion, right?
Yeah, right.
O minus Cl, like this, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So we have gotten an anion. So then can something more happen here? Let's think about that. Okay.
I think
Okay,
the
okay. Yeah,
oxygen will form a double
Correct.
bond. And
So oxygen will form a
Cl is
bond
removed.
and Cl can come out, right?
Yeah.
Because this anion might undergo this transformation because Cl minus will be a good leaving group, I think. Will be a okay leaving group. It might leave because Cl minus might be stable, right? So
Yeah.
you could end up seeing here C double bond O plus Cl minus also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Obviously this will be an equilibrium. Okay, this step is an equilibrium. So it depends on the relative stability of this cation versus this situation, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It is not like 100% going to happen. Like it will be a ratio. Both of these species will be in the solution. Now what matters is which one is more stable.
Stable.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I will just see what the answer is given. 1 second. Yeah, so they are saying a carbon double bond will be and Cl minus will come out. Okay, so
Okay, yeah.
that's fine. Correct. The next one, let's look at this. So basically this one you have understood, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Yes, sir.
first step is this hydrogen will come out because it is forming a bond with OH, and then O minus is there, and this negative can form a double bond and come out. The chlorine minus will come out and it will become a carbonyl compound, right?
Right.
The second one is a little more complicated. There are 2 rings, 1 ring, and okay, Br on one side and double bond here. Okay, so like this, double bond here, Br here, and some more molecules are here. NH2 is there. Okay, great. And N has a lone pair, right?
Yeah.
And he is drawing an arrow from here to this one, right?
Double bond.
Correct. So basically what he's saying is one part of the molecule is nucleophilic, right?
Yeah.
And basically that might react with that C double bond C double bond there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. So okay, so basically why is this reaction happening? Because right now there is a pi bond here, no?
Yeah.
Mm.
Pi bond here, but if this reaction has happened, there will be a single bond here, right?
Single
Yeah.
bond with N.
So
Yeah.
single bond versus a pi bond, right?
Yeah.
Pi
Hmm.
bond has to break and single bond has to form. If the single bond is stronger, it will happen, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
so what could happen is this single bond is formed and this becomes negative, right? Because this bond has
Yeah.
to break, it will go to this carbon, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Negative.
But
yeah.
again, this can form a bond here and this can come out,
BR
right?
can
Yeah.
come out,
Minus.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
what can happen? Well, we'll just write it like this. There is a N now, H2,
Yeah. Hmm.
and this like this, then like this, and then like this, right?
Yeah.
And right now there is a carbon negative, right?
Hmm.
I will do it in
Also-
steps. So right now there is a carbon negative. This is the situation right now after the
Yeah.
formation of the single bond, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So this is a carbon having a negative charge. It is better where bromine has the negative charge rather than carbon, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
So this bond can break and this can form a double bond here and this will come out, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what will happen is eventually double bond here and becomes like this and N like this, NH2, right?
Hmm. The
This
H
can
have
be
a
the-
positive as well.
Which one is positive?
The N, because it's from 4 bonds.
N will be positive here. No, it's fine. See, right now, the NH2 had 3 bonds and 1 lone pair, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Uh,
So just like in the previous,
There's a
video,
4 bonds.
we have one.
so see, if there is a positive, then what happened to the what happened? Okay,
Br minus
Oh,
and then
correct,
a positive
makes sense.
nitrogen. Yeah.
makes sense. Because
Balanced.
earlier the molecule was neutral.
Yeah.
So
So
it should
if
be
Br
neutral.
minus has come out, then there is a plus charge somewhere,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it has to be on N because N is forming a 4th bond here. So it is losing the 2 electrons and getting only 1 back in exchange, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
were 2 electrons fully with N right now. Now it has
Correct, yeah.
only 1 of the 2, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Four.
Yeah.
Therefore it is plus. So let me just check once. Correct. That is what is being formed. So notice that this reaction, if you look at the initial stuff, this double bond has shifted position. Br has come out and a new bond and a double ring has become formed, right?
Hmm,
Yeah,
hmm.
yeah.
There is
Yeah.
like a hexagonal ring here, but a pentagonal ring here, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it's a new compound, that completely different looking compound that is formed, right?
Hmm,
But
yeah.
the whole thing was simply the result of the action of this nucleophile on the
Carbon.
pi
Pi bond.
charge cloud, right?
Yeah.
Pi charge cloud, which was having high electron density, right?
Yeah. Right.
So this carbon was this carbon will be called
Electrophile.
electrophile, correct.
Yeah.
This carbon will be electrophilic, pi double bond will be electrophilic, right? Okay. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Next one is saying put in the curly arrows on these starting materials to show how the product is formed. The compounds are drawn in a convenient arrangement to help you, right? Okay. So problem 4. So there is a benzene ring first, and then there is O minus OHH, right?
Yeah. Right.
And there is another molecule which is a benzene ring with a CHO, with an aldehyde attached. right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's just draw them. And O minus,
Oh, there's a
Uh,
C and then
there's a C here. There's a C and then O minus. Okay. O minus,
H and H.
OH and
OH.
H. Okay. OH and H, and then there is another benzene ring with a C double bond O and H, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And you have to put in the curly arrows to show that this reaction happens. COOH. There's a
Hmm.
carboxylic acid that is formed. C double bond OH plus plus again a benzene ring with O minus HH,
H,
right?
H, yeah.
Plus benzene ring with OC and then O minus H and H, right?
Right.
This is one of the products. Okay, so O minus. So first we have to identify our nucleophiles and electrophiles, right?
Hmm,
So
hmm.
obviously this carbon, right,
Hmm.
Yeah.
is
That's
tiny positive, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is definitely a aldehyde type of carbon. So that will be
Hmm.
nucleophilic.
nucleophile. Yeah.
No, electrophilic, no,
Electrophile.
right?
Electrophilic. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Hmm,
carbon will be
electrophile.
electrophilic, and nucleophile will be.
That O minus.
Oh. Yeah.
Let's think about O
Even-
minus. If you have a, what should happen here? Okay, I think this O minus should just come
Yeah,
here, no?
just for
Hmm.
double bond.
And this
The
H plus can
hydrogen is
come out, right?
released.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that will become COOH.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That will
H
give us
plus
one of the
is,
products, right? So this arrow will just ensure that this becomes C double bond O OH, and this arrow should come out plus H plus, right?
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
No, H minus actually, right?
H minus. Yeah. Minus.
Right,
Yeah.
H
Yeah, H
minus.
minus is the nucleophile.
H minus is the nucleophile,
Hmm,
and this will
attached to the
directly
carbon.
attach to the carbon, right?
Yeah.
This will directly attach to
The
carbon,
pi bond is broken.
and the double bond is broken. So if H minus comes to this, see, H will form a bond, and this will become like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that will give this product, right?
Yeah.
So first step is basically this minus coming here, forming double bond, releasing hydride ion. Hydride ion will be a powerful base,
Yeah.
powerful base type of thing, right? So I'm having a little bit of a doubt here, because he had mentioned, no, that hydride ion cannot be like a nucleophile. It cannot
Yeah,
directly
yeah.
attach to the C, right? So
Hmm.
there's a tiny doubt here. 1 second. The same thing that we have done, he has also talked about. But how is this happening actually, right? Okay, actually, hydride ion doesn't exist on its own. This is a two-step. This is a reaction between these two molecules.
Right.
This is a transfer, just like AlH4 was giving away the H minus, right?
Hmm.
It's not exactly H minus on its own separately, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This happens in the same way, like in the process of the reaction, this comes and this breaks and forms a bond here,
Yeah.
Hmm.
right? So ultimately, this is what is resulting. It looks like H minus is coming out, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So, but it is happening due to the reaction of these two molecules.
Right. Yeah.
So COOH will be formed here and this one will be formed here. Dave, you're getting this. What has happened? Hello, are you there? Okay. The next one is which one? Next one is, okay, so there is a O minus on the end there, right?
Right.
Mhm.
And somehow another ring has come, right?
Yeah.
Another ring has come and Br has gone out.
Mm.
Okay. So, okay. So you just have to flip the
Right.
ring a little bit. Okay. Bring the O minus closer to this carbon, this double bond, right?
O minus will form double bond.
So O minus will form double bond. You're right.
And
So
then one of the,
and the C minus will come, right?
yeah.
There will be a C minus, right? So let's look at the second part of the problem. So the compound itself, I will draw. There is a single ring here, double bond C. There is a single ring here and double bond C. And then there is some other stuff here. Double bond. And then like this.
One more double bond.
One more double bond and O minus.
Yeah.
O minus. And here there was a bromine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Here there was a Br. So O minus is likely to form a double bond here.
Yeah.
So this bond will come on the carbon.
A single bond next.
Correct. So
And from there, it should go
From the C
attach to the
minus,
carbon
it attaches
of
to
the double bond.
C minus and like this.
It breaks that pi bond.
So something like a chain reaction.
No, so what I want to do is, if it forms a bond like this here, right?
Right.
This C minus with this one,
Hmm.
then this will become minus, right?
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
nice. And then we'll form with the next.
Oh yeah, nice. So this forms a bond here, and this carbon loses this double bond, right?
Right.
Becomes
Mhm.
negative, right?
Yeah.
And this forms a bond here,
Yeah, that
and
will
this
be-
loses, this
that
becomes
will be-
negative, right?
And then that
Yeah.
negative is going
And
to
this
grow.
forms a double bond here, and this comes out.
Yeah.
Comes out, yeah.
That's just amazing stuff. So double bond O, C, like this. Great. And this forms a bond here. So there's a single bond now, right? Single
Yeah.
bond here, right? This one.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
So this carbon is now negative, right?
Hmm.
Mhm.
And that forms
Double
a
bond.
double
Double
bond
bond.
here.
Yeah.
And this is coming out,
Br
plus
minus.
Br minus.
Yeah.
So let's look at the final structure, whether it is matching. Yeah, final structure is definitely matching, right? So this is an amazing set of things that have happened here.
Right. Yeah.
So many transfers happened.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
One carbonyl group was formed, and then after that, one single bond there, one single bond there, and then another double bond here.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So that is correct actually. Then the next one is draw mechanisms for the reactions in the following sequence. Okay. So there is first an alkyl halide. So that molecule that you see with an iodine, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That is a carbon chain. Carbon chain, and attached is a iodine,
Hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
we are going to add to it NaOH and H2O.
Right, right.
NaOH and H2O, and it is supposed to give us OH, alcohol somehow, right?
Hmm.
Correct. So like this, and OH. Correct.
Right,
So
yeah.
okay. Then the next step is hydride ion is added, NaH, right? See, the
Yeah.
next step onwards, it's fairly clear because it will become O minus, because hydride ion is a powerful base, right? Hydride ion is a base, it will accept a proton from this OH.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
So
Yeah.
that will become accept a proton and it become H2, right?
Yeah.
And this will
Correct,
become
correct.
OH minus. So this is a straightforward step. This is an acid base reaction,
Yeah, correct.
right?
Yeah.
This is a base, this is an acid, right?
Right, right. Yeah.
Okay. After that step, what happens? You add PHCH2Br, right?
Yeah.
PHCH2Br. PHCH2Br. Okay. So what is happening here is this is plus and this is minus, right?
Hmm.
So
Right.
definitely this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
electrophilic, right? And this
Yeah.
is nucleophilic, right?
Hmm.
So so the O minus, this will form a bond with this, right?
Yeah, with
With the pH C
PHCH.
minus,
Yeah.
right? Correct.
Mhm.
On the C minus, basically O will come, right?
Right. Yeah.
So you'll get pH C H H O, and then after that the chain of carbons, right?
Right. Yeah.
Correct. And
BR
O,
is
basically this
released.
lone
Yeah.
pair has come and formed a bond with this.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's it. That's a typical nucleophile electrophile reaction,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Correct.
And plus Br minus, right?
Yeah.
The only thing you
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
understand is what happened here, right?
Huh.
So again, this carbon is slightly positive, right?
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
is OH minus here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
OH minus is nucleophile, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is electrophilic.
Electrophile, yeah.
So OH minus comes and attaches here, right?
Yeah, and then that bond breaks, yeah.
Correct. So this bond is gone and this bond has to break then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I minus comes out, right? And this becomes the compound here. Correct?
Yes,
Yeah. Correct. Correct.
OH minus is the nucleophile, and this comes and forms a bond, and this single bond has to break. I minus will come out. It's a good leaving group. I minus will come out. Similarly, just like Br minus came out here.
yeah, yeah.
The typical electrophile nucleophile reaction. Correct.
Yeah. Correct. Correct. Yeah.
Here in the middle, there is an acid base reaction. Don't call this an electrophile nucleophile reaction, right?
Hmm.
Because
Uh-huh.
technically, H minus doesn't act as a nucleophile, it acts as a base,
Yeah, base, yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Okay, so 1 second. Then the next one is, wait, let me just check if everything is right. Yeah, it is correct only. Everything is correct. The next one is problem 6. Each of these electrophiles could react with a nucleophile at one of at least 2 atoms. Each of these electrophiles could react with a nucleophile at one of at least 2 atoms. Identify these atoms and draw a mechanism and products for each reaction. Basically, if a standard nucleophile Nu minus comes, right?
Hmm.
It could act on 2 atoms here in each of these molecules.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And you have to identify which atoms and what is the mechanism and all what happens, right?
Right. Yeah.
So problem 6. So you have NH2 plus H, and there's a double bond, and there is a 6 carbon, and there is 2 methyl groups.
Methyl groups, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Me. Okay. And we have to think about the 2 spots where a Nu minus can act. So one spot is obvious, this one, right?
The
Yeah,
carbon.
nitrogen, yeah.
Yeah, and then the carbon.
And the carbon, right?
Because delta positive.
Carbon will be delta positive because actually this will draw
Nitrogen
away
attracts
some of
more,
the
yeah.
some of the electrons, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this carbon also it can act on. So is there any other chance, right? No. He's saying in each case, one of the electrophilic sites is an O. Yeah, actually, we are making a slight mistake here. We cannot talk about this nitrogen having plus and then say that carbon has negative, right? Carbon has plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Technically,
It's one of the hydrogen.
it will be hydrogen.
That's
So,
yeah.
correct. So one of these sites, basically, we saw earlier, no, one case when similar thing had happened,
Yeah.
where oxygen was there, right? So oxygen would have drawn away. See, there's a C here, there's a H here and H here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is more likely to take away electron density from this to
Oh.
stabilize itself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
This
From the
hydrogen will
yeah.
definitely have a high positive, right? And this hydrogen.
Yeah.
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 So one of the hydrogens can come out, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Correct.
And you will form HNU.
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically
Become
this will
neutral,
stabilize,
that's all,
right?
yeah.
This will
Yeah.
become NH and double bond CMe, right?
Right. Yeah.
So this is a possible product where this is no longer charged now, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where one of the hydrogens is coming out, hydrogen comes out. So basically this thing is behaving like an acid, right?
Right. Yeah.
And this hydrogen is an acidic proton. It is being released, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Because it is coming out with an H plus, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So that is a possibility. The other possibility is the carbon being the
yeah.
place where a nucleophile can come and attach.
Attaches. Yeah. The
Because
pi bond is
this is an electron rich pi bond, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Correct.
Right. So and carbon and oxygen, now we can say between carbon and nitrogen there will be a chance of this being positive, right?
Right. Yeah.
Just like we could say that here there's a chance of this being positive, this is also positive slightly, right?
Right. Yeah.
So if the nucleophile comes and attaches, you will get Me nucleophile carbon Me, and then this
Single
bond
bond.
breaks, right? So it becomes single bond NH2, right?
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
And this becomes a lone pair, right? This one breaks.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a normal type of nitrogen structure that has resulted, right?
Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
And notice that plus and minus got neutralized, and this is a neutral molecule.
Neutral, yeah, yeah.
So this is a possible product, or this is a possible product. Now it depends on which is more stable and stuff, right? What is going to be formed more will be depending on which particular path is better, right?
Right.
So that we will study in a chapter 8 or something, acidities, basicities and all when we study. So we'll study, compare these two paths and see what is happening, right?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Correct. See, so he's saying we should remind you that most definitely direct attack at nitrogen will not happen because the final product will then have 5 bonds, right?
Yeah.
A nucleophile cannot directly come at the nitrogen, okay? Because if it comes, it will have 5 bonds, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense. That is impossible.
Then it could break one of the hydrogen bonds, right?
So see, right now, if you think about it, but first of all, how will 5 bonds be? How will it happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't happen only, yeah.
Because 5 bonds are forming at some stage, right? Then only after that it will break, right? It won't happen.
Yeah,
Okay. So what we have to be aware of here is that even though there is a plus charge, right? This is already filled with its 8, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, octet, yeah.
So something else has to act as the electrophile, right? This is not an electrophilic nitrogen. It is already satisfied with 8 electrons.
Correct. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
so something else has to be the electrophile here. H plus will be there, C plus will be there. These are the two alternatives.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
So
correct.
those are the
Yeah.
two sites where the nucleophile can come and attach, right?
Attack. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
So then let's look at the other one. Second compound is PH, and then there is a chain, and then COOH, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So phosphorus, pH, pH, pH. Then there is two carbons in the middle, two carbons, and then third carbon is COOH. Okay, two carbons, third carbon is COOH. Okay. Now we are again supposed to identify the sites where a nucleophile can come and attach, right?
Mm, mm.
Okay, fine. So first of all, there is an acidic proton of, this is a carboxylic acid group, by the way,
Yeah. Correct.
right?
Mm.
Yeah,
Carboxylic
yeah.
acid group is called COOH. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so there is a proton here that can come out with,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
Because
Yeah.
this proton is highly
Delta
positive,
positive.
right? And if a nucleophile comes in, you can easily give away this
NUH.
proton, and this will become COO minus, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be NUH there, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is a total possibility. That is one site, right? Where
It could
else
be
can
the
things happen?
carbon with the double bond.
Carbon with the double bond, but that carbon also it is possible, right? Carbon with a double bond also is possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you will
Uh,
attach and you get an minus.
Yeah. O minus and
So what will happen there is Nu will come and attach. One second, let me think. Hmm. 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 Huh. So Nu will come and attach to the carbon. O minus will be formed, right?
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Hey, wait, is there a positive charge on that atom? No, there isn't, right?
No.
Okay. So that is a typical site where Nu can come. That is correct. So what can happen here is pH, 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 C, Nu, O minus, OH, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is a possibility. So two sites we are seeing immediately.
Yeah.
There is an H plus that can break, and this one will result in, right?
Right.
And P, pH, 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 right?
Yeah, yeah.
And NUH.
Yeah.
However, in this case, there is a third possibility also, because if you think of the phosphorus here, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
This pH, pH, pH groups, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will be they will have a little bit of a electron withdrawing tendency. So phenyl group is basically C6H5. C6H5 group is there, and right now we have not studied that though. However, the truth is that they withdraw some amount of electron density. Basically they're electron attractive groups, C6H5.
Yeah.
And what will happen is, as a result, there's a tiny positive here also. There are three phenyl
Okay.
groups, and the nucleophile can act here also directly. Notice nitrogen was on the period 2, but phosphorus is in period 3, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Correct. Hmm.
So phosphorus actually can form 5 bonds.
Yeah, it can.
because it has d
Yeah,
orbitals also available. Okay.
yeah.
So its hybridization can be sp3d square. Right now it
Hmm.
is what? It is already 4 bonds are there,
Four
right?
bonds. So
Yeah.
the nucleophile
And
can attach.
and the lone pair is not shown. I feel like there should be a plus charge here for some reason, but uh, okay. Nucleophile will definitely attack here, and it can form a single bond with a nucleophile here. And what will happen is that this will form 5 bonds. It becomes a pentavalent
Correct.
phosphorus.
Hmm.
So that is also a possibility apart from the 2 regular possibilities. Okay.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
2 regular ones are fine. There is no doubt there. This one is also a possibility here. So at anyway, when we come to the pH group, right, when we do aromatic compounds, we will understand a little more about the pH group and how it
Okay,
behaves when it is
okay.
attached.
Right.
So right now, don't worry too much about it. It's fine. Then problem number 7, he's saying these 3 reactions all give the product shown, but not by the mechanisms shown, right? For each mechanism, explain what is wrong and draw a better one. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. The first reaction, NH2, is showing that there is a reaction between the lone pair and the methyl, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And methyl group is going to be CH3 plus, and that attaches itself to the lone pair, right?
Yeah.
That is what he's saying, but it is not by the reaction shown apparently, right?
Hmm.
He's saying there's something wrong with that reaction, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is wrong here?
I think it's just missed that arrow which shows I minus one.
The only thing wrong I can see is that there is no lone pair that is shown. The arrow should start from the lone pair on the Me, and the arrow from the MEI is missing, right? MEI arrow
Yeah.
has broken the
Yeah,
bond.
exactly. Yeah.
Hmm.
That bond arrow is missing.
The bond arrow is missing. The bond arrow should show that it is breaking, and the
Mhm.
arrow
The
from
lone
lone
pair should
pair
be
on that
shown.
should be there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. So that is what is there. Nothing major here is wrong. The
Hmm.
next one is, this is wrong definitely. H plus will not attach to the carbon like that.
Hmm. Yeah, right.
So even if this reaction happens, there has to be a different way in which this happens,
Yeah, it's the yes.
right? So the second reaction, right? It is looking in the second reaction, it is looking like H plus is directly adding,
Yeah,
but H plus doesn't even have electrons. How will it add like that?
hmm.
Like the arrow is pointing as if
The
H
arrow
plus
should
has
come from
electrons.
the pipe,
Correct.
one of the pipe.
The arrow should come from the pi bond, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And the pi bond is breaking and forming a bond with the H plus, right? And that is why the other one has a
Carbon has a positive charge.
carbon has a positive charge. H plus has come out from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Carbon has a positive charge. No, for some moments carbon has a positive charge, but then carbon takes away the 2 electrons and H plus is released, right?
Yeah, right.
You understand what is happening?
Yeah, got it.
So first the double bonds pi bond is forming a bond, and then for a brief moment, or actually at the same time, carbon is losing a proton on that side.
Yeah, correct.
Correct. So then we have the third one, where is ClCl and SMeMe, right? Now, what is wrong here?
Again, like on the
Sulfur is there. Actually, the arrow is wrong.
Yeah, it should go from the
Arrow
sulfur
should be
to
from
the,
the sulfur to the chlorine, and
yeah,
that's why the chlorine bond is breaking, right?
yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Sulfur has a lone pair of electrons that is not shown here.
Hmm.
That lone pair attaches with the chlorine, the arrow
Chlorine.
direction is wrong,
Yeah. Hmm.
and the bond
Right.
should break with a direction, right?
Yeah,
So
correct.
that is what is missing there. Okay. Then problem number 8. Okay, in your corrected mechanisms for problem 7, explain in each case which orbital is the HOMO of the nucleophile, highest occupied molecular orbital, and which orbital is the LUMO, lowest unoccupied molecular orbital of the electrophile.
Hmm.
Okay, so this you can just think about it yourself. I will leave this
Right,
one.
yeah. Okay.
We'll go on to problem 9. Problem 9 is draw a mechanism for the following reaction. Okay, so now this might be a little more complicated, so let's try to first do this one, problem 9.
Hmm.
So the reaction is saying pH CHBr CHBr CO2H.
Yeah.
pH CHBr CHBr CO2H plus NaHCO3
Hmm.
plus NaHCO3 gives pH, what is it, CH double bond CHBr
Yeah.
double
And
bond
Na.
CHBr plus NaHCO3. Okay, so we have to understand what is going on here. So first let's draw the reactant structure, right?
Hmm.
So
Correct.
this
Yeah.
C has a pH, there is an H, there is a Br,
Br. Hmm.
there is another C with an H
H and Br.
and a
again.
Br, and then there is another C with a CO2H, which is basically COOH.
OH. Yeah.
This is a carboxylic acid. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So plus NaHCO3, this will be splitting as
Na
Na
plus
plus
and
and HCO3 minus.
yeah.
Right.
That
Yeah.
one.
Now, if you remember that H2CO3 was a weak acid, right?
Hmm.
So its conjugate base, which is HCO3 minus, will be fairly strong, right?
Strong.
Yeah.
Fairly strong conjugate base, right?
Hmm.
So now this H3OP minus is a fairly strong conjugate base, and this group is a carboxylic acid group.
Yeah. Correct.
So it has a acidic hydrogen here because this hydrogen will be highly electropositive, right? Because of this O, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So it is likely that it will release H plus.
Release the H plus and then
Right?
O minus.
Correct, and become O minus, right? So
Yeah.
H plus will come out here. It will become H2CO3 for a moment, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
And so this becomes H2CO3, and this becomes pH CHBr CHBr COO minus,
Hmm.
right?
Correct. Yeah.
So O minus has come here. So there are lone pair of electrons and negative charge now, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Correct. Now we have to think about what happens as a result, right?
Yes.
Lone pair of electrons. Final product has one bromine, right?
Hmm.
So, so now H2CO3 was there. So OH minus, O minus is there. So what happens as a result? Correct. So we have to somehow
Br1.
lose CO2, no, somehow,
Yeah. And one Br.
right? How will we lose CO2? Br minus will come out, obviously, right?
Yeah.
One Br minus has to come out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, makes sense. Okay, so basically right now, what was the situation? It is like this: CH, Br, CH, Br, C double bond O O minus, right?
Yeah.
Can form
Now,
bond,
so
and then
what
we
can
can
happen
just-
is this can form like this, right?
yeah,
And this will become CO2, this portion, and this bond can break.
break and we'll go to C.
This can become like this, and this bond can break, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right? Because then what will happen is basically CO2 will be released, right?
Yeah.
correct,
CO2.
yeah.
Yeah.
Momentarily CO2 is released, and pH, CHBr and CHBr, momentarily there is a carbon with a negative charge
Negative
here,
charge,
right?
yeah.
So obviously that is not cool.
Again,
So
forms
this will
double
form a
bond.
double bond here, and this Br
That
can
Br
be
is
released,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This bond can break and come out, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
So this will become pH CH double bond CH Br
Yeah,
plus Br minus, right?
Yeah. Br minus.
and
Yeah.
CO2.
Correct? Plus CO2 also.
Yeah.
CO2 has also come out in this step, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So this product is getting formed. Now what happens to the HCO3 minus that was released here? There was some H3O3 minus or stuff, no? That really H2CO3, right?
H2CO3.
H2CO3 was coming out.
The
That can
Na.
become H plus and HCO3 minus, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
And-
there's still an Na plus in this.
NaHCO3 it will form, and HBr also I'm getting somehow, but HBr also can form because
Yeah,
one
but
Br
they
minus
haven't
came out.
mentioned it.
They are not mentioning it for some reason. Bromide ion is coming out. Okay. Okay, the main reaction is what we have suggested is correct only. There is
Yeah.
no issue. It's just that we are getting a Br minus extra that they haven't mentioned,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
So the idea is basically initially you have to draw the structure. Notice that the initial reaction will be an acid base reaction,
Hmm.
which is why we end up with this compound.
yeah, correct.
And if you want to go here, you have to somehow lose the whole CO2 part, right? And you also have to lose a bromine, right?
Yeah,
So how could that plausibly happen is what we have to decide, right?
correct. Yeah.
So this O minus can form a double bond, and then C double bond O is CO2, right?
CO2. Yeah.
And that is fairly stable, so it can come out. So if it comes out, that means this bond is breaking, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
technically the
Correct.
flow of electrons is from here to form a double bond, here to form a carbanion, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
correct.
And once this is formed, this is not stable because carbon has a negative charge. It is better
Yeah.
that negative charge is on bromine.
Bromine.
Yeah.
So you can form this double bond, and this single bond can break,
Yeah. Yeah.
and which gives us the product, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is the mechanism here. That is the reaction. Now, if you go on to chapter 6, for example, which is what we have studied. So chapter 6 will talk about specific reactions that we have already encountered in the book,
Hmm.
and the problems will be based on that, right?
Right.
Mm.
So let's look at chapter 6, problem 1. Chapter 6, problem 1. So draw mechanisms for this reaction. He's saying there is a butanone. There is a butanone plus you are adding NaBH4, right? NaBH4 and then ETOH and H2O.
Right.
NaBH4, ETOH, H2O. And it gives us what? It gives us OH. OH at the end instead of the butanone, you get butanol.
Yeah. correct.
Okay. So obviously the mechanism for this is behaves as a hydride transfer type of thing, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So awesome. So what happens? The first step is nucleophilic addition, right?
Yeah.
Of that
Mhm.
hydride ion that comes out from it. Not in a typical way. There's no free hydride ion, but
Mhm.
BH4 minus will break and the H atom with the bonding electrons will come out, right?
Correct,
Yeah, yeah.
And this is the this is the positive end, right? This is the electrophilic end.
Electrophilic.
Yeah.
So what will happen is the
An
attachment
O
of
minus and
hydrogen
an H.
will be here, and this will become O minus, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And right, once this happens in the second step, when you put ETOH and H2O and all, right,
Yeah.
this
Yes,
will attract an
protonation.
H from here, protonation, right?
Yeah.
And what will happen is you get the butanol and OET minus and all, whatever.
Yeah.
Protonation happens here, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the second step. So correct. So that is what he's saying. Basically, AlH4 minus or BH4 minus, right?
Yeah. correct.
BH4 minus
So-
will lose H minus to this situation,
Mm-hmm.
right? The
Yeah.
molecule itself will break its bond with the hydrogen, and H minus will come out, and it's a hydride transfer type of reaction.
Yeah.
Correct. And after that, there is protonation. Protonation can be with water or with the ETOH, right?
Either
Yeah,
one.
In the second step, you can take, actually you should prefer, water will be more acidic than alcohol, I think.
Ah,
So
okay.
it should come from the water,
Okay. Yeah.
and you will get an OH minus.
Mm-hmm.
So that is problem number 1. The second part of problem 1 is same, no?
thing, Yeah.
There is
Same. Yeah.
no major difference. It's just instead of a ketone, there is an
It's
aldehyde,
aldehyde. Yeah.
right? It's the exact same reaction. There's no issue. Problem 2. Now he's saying cyclopropanone exists as a hydrate in water, but 2-hydroxyethanol does not exist as the hemiacetal. Explain. So cyclopropanone exists as the hydrate. He's saying this is possible. From cyclopropanone, when you add water, it becomes a 2OH, right? It gets hydrated.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have seen this reaction. It's the same reaction.
Yeah. Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So
This is again the
H2O
steric hindrance.
so first H2O will add, and then H plus will be lost,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And H plus will transfer from the H2O to the O minus, right?
Yeah.
So it will become a diol, right?
Yeah.
However, he's saying the second reaction is not happening, right? Second reaction is the same thing with an aldehyde there, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Correct. So why is the second reaction unlikely? Because this was a long chain compound and it was forming a 3-membered ring, right?
Yeah.
Look at the carbon there, right?
So like the 60-degree.
The
Instead
top
of-
carbon, is sp3, right?
Yeah.
See the
correct.
top carbon in the
sp3.
reaction, that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are 4 bonds, no? So it is an sp3 carbon.
sp3. Yeah.
Its
Mm.
ideal angle is 109,
But it's
But-
60.
but it is supposed to be in a 60-degree chain, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Mhm.
That is not very nice, right? Because earlier it was free, no, that carbon.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Earlier it was in a linear line, right?
Yeah.
There was no issue with the angles earlier, right?
Mhm.
Here already it was strained, right?
Yeah. Correct.
And it is going from sp2 to sp3, so there is some amount of strain is relieved, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct.
This is sp2 to sp3. This is free carbon, no issues of strain here, to
Yeah.
a fully strained situation.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why it is not happening, because it is unstable. That small
it's
rings
going-
are unstable,
Yeah.
right?
So it's like from a 120 to a 60.
In this case, the strain was actually relieved because ideal
Yeah.
angle was 120, and it
120,
has
but
become,
it goes to 109.
goes to 109. So
Yeah.
instead of 60 degree of strain, it is 49 degree of strain,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
In this case, you are getting all the strain you are getting new,
Yeah.
right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
So this will not happen, the second one. So that is the reason here. There's no other reason. Problem 3. One way to make cyanohydrins is illustrated here. Suggest a detailed mechanism for the process. Okay. So there is an aldehyde. There is methyl 3 silicon CN, right?
Yeah.
Me3SiCN. Okay. Uh, okay. And there's a catalytic KCN also.
Right.
So CN minus is there in
Cn
that.
minus is there, yeah.
So Cn minus. So because of the presence of the Cn minus, see this Me3 SiCN, it is unlikely that that will break apart and become Cn minus, right?
Right.
Because that is an organic type of compound.
Yeah,
Instead of carbon, you have silicon, but carbon and silicon will be closely similar, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it is unlikely that Cn minus first comes out from there, right?
Comes
Yeah,
from the
okay,
Kc.
yeah.
Because it is an organic type of compound, it will not break apart into ions very easily, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is why he has first added the catalytic KCN.
Mm,
Okay.
Right.
So you have basic compound here was RCHO, RCH double bond O, RCHO, and plus you have some CH3 whole 3 SiCN
Yeah,
and KCN, right? So I am guessing that the Cn minus comes from first KCN, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
And it
It
adds
attacks
here,
the pi.
and that we know what happens, a cyanohydrin will be formed,
And
right? OHCN, right?
Yeah.
This will be formed here, right? First
Okay.
Cn minus will come and it will become O
There's
minus.
no OH.
Oh, okay. There is no
There's
OH,
no
right?
H to
There's no
H.
H
yeah.
in the whole solution only.
Yeah, there's no proton.
So there will be O
O
minus, right?
minus only. Yeah.
Mm,
This is what is formed, correct? There is no protonation can happen here.
Yeah.
So
that is-
now
that-
that is the reason why I think it will react with the this molecule.
CH3SI part.
CH3 three times
Yeah, SI.
SiCN, right?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is
Cn will
still
be released.
anionic, right?
Yeah.
So it will come close to any positive center,
Hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
It will come close to any positive
SI
center.
here, yeah.
So
So
that will
Si
break, yeah.
could be a positive center here, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this oxygen minus with its lone pair will come and attach to the Si, because this Cn will be a
Is-
slightly
yeah.
electron rich portion, right? It will try
Yeah,
to
correct.
attract
Yeah.
electrons, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
this is tiny positive here. And anyway, because anyway we know silicon is here, carbon is here. This is more electronegative than this, no?
Yeah, correct.
Mhm.
So carbon will be pulling, and with a nitrogen attached, it will strongly pull,
Yeah, correct.
right?
correct.
So
Yeah.
all four places, all four bonds for the silicon, carbon is pulling electrons away. And because of the nitrogen, one of these groups is pulling much more
Much
strongly also.
stronger, yeah.
So this is definitely plus here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tiny plus here. So now you get silicon bonded with the O, and there is a C, Cn, and there is an R, and there is an H, right?
Yeah.
And you have silicon bonded with the O, so that means Cn minus will leave, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
leave.
This bond will break. He has said earlier that there's a good leaving group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cn minus is a good leaving group was a statement that he made in the chapter, right?
Mm.
So easily this bond will break while this bond is formed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then what happens? That's it, right? The
Yeah.
product
That's
is
it,
formed,
yeah.
right?
It's done.
So the
Yeah.
Yeah,
casein is just to start the reaction.
Just to start and see the Cn minus
Cn
came
will
out,
come out, yeah.
and it will become KCN again, right?
Mhm.
Correct.
So whatever catalysis was happening, catalyst is coming back, right? It's
Mhm.
not going to be used up, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
KCN is just to start the reaction, just to make some cyanohydrin type of compound, right?
Yeah.
Some anion like that, which can attack this Si part,
Hmm. Right. Yeah.
right? After that, it is fairly straightforward nucleophilic addition.
Hmm.
Okay, so that is what happens here. Then problem 4. Problem 4. Now he's saying there are 3 possible products from the reduction of this compound with sodium borohydride, right? So remember, sodium borohydride will again behave as if it is transferring H minus
Yeah.
H minus.
to a
Yeah.
carbonyl atom, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
What are their structures? So 3 possible products. So let's think about which 3 possible products can happen here. there are two carbonyl groups that
Yeah,
can
two
both
of
be
them will
reduced.
be at the carbon. Yeah,
Huh? Two of them
Yeah.
will be the carbonyl ones, right?
yeah, correct.
So if you add a H, then what happens to that carbonyl group H minus? It becomes OH, right?
OH, yeah.
Mhm.
So there will be one OH on this side, right? There could be one OH on that side, right? There are two carbonyl groups, no? So one
Yeah.
OH on this end and another compound could be OH on that one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
then it could be both as well.
And it could be both could be thing, right?
Yeah, so that's
Right.
three.
The three compounds are basically one being hydrated, and the third one is
Both
the
being
both
hydrated.
being converted to alcohols, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Now
Yeah.
the second part is a spectroscopic thing. We'll ignore that part. How would you distinguish them spectroscopically, assuming you can isolate pure compounds? So we'll ignore that part.
Okay.
But the possible structures are single alcohols, two of them, and one diol,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Now the problem 5. The triketone shown here is called ninhydrin and is used for the detection of amino acids. It exists in aqueous solution as a hydrate. Which ketone is hydrated and why? Which ketone is hydrated and why? Okay. So let's think about, there are 3 possible places to hydrate, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Now you have to understand, upon hydration, see the two ketones which are next to the benzene ring, right?
Right.
They are exactly similar, right? They are
Yeah.
symmetrical,
Yeah.
no?
Yeah.
The top
correct.
one and the bottom one. The only difference is the side one, right?
Yeah.
One that is on the rightmost side. So there is no difference between the top or the bottom being hydrated, right?
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Like those will give the same compound, no? It is a symmetrical molecule,
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
It could. Yeah. It will be the
The
same.
only difference is if the third one got hydrated, the middle one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So now what we have to understand is what is the difference between that one and the two top ones, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. So what is the mechanism of hydration? Mechanism of hydration is OH minus attaching itself, or water coming and attaching to the
Yeah.
carbon, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you
Something-
think about it,
You could
there
say
is one.
because
Huh.
the carbon in the side is most delta positive since it has two ketones on both the sides.
So we have to compare this carbon, and this carbon, right?
Right. Yeah.
So we have to compare it. So fine. So obviously, if there are electronegative groups on the nearby carbons, that will withdraw electron density,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
Mhm.
So this is withdrawing electron density. This is withdrawing electron density. So there's a big positive on this one, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Here we can compare the phenyl group with this group, right?
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Because actually this carbon is facing one ketone and one phenyl group.
One
This
phen-
carbon, one ketone, one phenyl group, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this has two
Two
ketones, right?
Yeah.
So two ketones will be a more powerful
Electron
electron withdrawing property, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So therefore, this carbon is likely to be more positive than the
Yeah.
two other ones, than this one
Mhm.
and this one, right? So if there is a reaction where there is a competition between like which product will be formed, obviously the more positive one will attract more of the nucleophile.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so it is likely that this happens more. Obviously this will also be formed to some extent, okay?
Right. Yeah.
But more of what will happen is CH2O
Yeah, you're
plus and O minus, right?
One
And
of
H
the
plus will
stores,
come from here. So this will become OH and this will become OH, and you have C double bond O like this.
Yeah.
And there is a diol formed here, and these two ketones remain untouched.
Yeah.
That is more likely. Okay.
Mm.
So actually, there is another reason for this also, which is conjugation due to the benzene ring, but that we'll study in the next chapter, next to next chapter and all.
Okay.
So conjugation due to benzene ring also adds to the stability of this particular one. Like when
Top and bottom.
so this ketone is already, this is more stable than this, so this is more reactive. So but we'll come to that in a later chapter. So right now we'll not discuss that. We'll only analyze this on the basis of the electron withdrawing power, like which carbon is more positive.
Yeah, yeah.
The more positive carbon is the more powerful electrophile,
Electrophile, yeah.
Yeah.
right? So more positive will be this ketone. Okay, so there the diol will be formed. Okay. 6, how many are there in the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10?
10, I think.
10 are there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so do the rest once. What we will do
The
is,
sixth one is actually
Spectrum.
Yeah.
okay, maybe. If something is spectroscopy, then don't worry about it. Sixth one seems to be spectroscopy. So 3 problems, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fourth questions are there. Try them. What we will continue with, however, is next class onwards, we'll go on to chapter number 7. Chapter 7 is what actually? Conjugation.
Conjugation.
So that is important anyway. You will be doing that in your GOC and all soon, or if you have already done that, maybe. Right? What is going on in Ireland right now?
Do like isomerism. That's what's coming.
Okay. Isomerism. Huh?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, we'll continue next week. We'll continue from chapter 7 and all. So attempt whatever is there before chapter 6, basically. Read and do as many questions as possible. If there are some particular problems, we can discuss in the next class.
Okay. Yeah.
And the idea is to go ahead fast. So chapter 7, chapter 8 and all we'll be going to now. After we do another 3-4 chapters, we'll do problems, whatever has come till then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all for now then. I'll see you guys.
Awesome.
Bye,
Bye.
sir.